What is good, everybody? Welcome back. We are back with another one. Train your mind and strengthen your body. We're going to make it very simple, very straightforward, so that you understand exactly what we are saying. Nothing complicated. So, a lot of people have separated the idea and understanding of your mind and your body. But I'm here to tell you that that is not the best way to think. Your mind essentially is everything within you. Everything. Like this is part of your mind. Your hand right here, this is all my mind. We have a brain, which is a physical thing, right? You have a brain, but the mind is not inside the brain. The mind is not inside this finger, but the mind is all of it. Everything, your body. When you walk, you use your mind to walk, right? You don't use your legs to walk. Yes, you use your legs, but you use your mind. You're using your mind to control your legs. I know I'm pointing here. I'm doing this so that you understand, right? But this is not your mind. This is your mind. Everything about you is your mind. Your body is your mind. So train your body and strengthen your mind, essentially, which is the title of the video. So your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions, they're all connected to your body through your mind. When you strengthen your body, you also strengthen your mind. You strengthen how you think, how you live consciously, and how you are. Take, for example, if you're one that goes to the gym, for example, myself, I will go to the gym and work on my biceps or triceps or arms, whatever. While I'm working on those, I will do some heavy weights, really difficult stuff, feel the pain, literally the physical pain in my arms. I'll come back and do some mental work, such as making some music or mixing vocals. That's my work that I do. I will do that work, and any single moment or time that I get frustrated, mentally frustrated because of the work, maybe there's a frequency that I'm not liking, or maybe the song isn't just coming out the best way that I wish it could, I will then come back to myself and say, okay, today I just worked on my biceps. I know this is very different from working on my biceps, but I did some very tough physical straining. I did some very tough physical work. I think that I can definitely handle this. This is nothing compared to that physically, right? So when you think like that, you then put yourself in a point where it kind of enhances your brain. It kind of enhances your mind, essentially. And you start to think, okay, if I can handle this, then I should also be able to handle this. And when you actually do handle it, you handle it like a boss. That's the best way I can put it. You handle it like a boss and you're like, okay, cool, job well done. I was able to do my biceps in the morning, and I'm able to do this mission right here. It's nothing compared to that, but it really is something, because the amount of time, dedication, the skill that you've used to develop it is also quite a lot. Now, with that understanding, you realize that doing physical sports, even combat sports as well, which I also recommend. I myself also do a combat sport known as Taekwondo. I'm currently on my yellow-green stripe belt. Yeah, it's yellow and it's got a green tag. So I've been training for some time now, and it's a good sport. It's amazing, it's fun. You learn how to essentially fight and defend yourself, and also enjoy a sport with the utmost respect for another player, because you know that deep down this player can essentially take you down, or the other way around, that you can take them down as well. So you sort of play and work in a way where you put your ego aside and let the sport do its thing, and you play the sport based off of the sport. And it's fun. That's what makes it really fun. And you will go into moments where you are almost playing with life and death, because really and truly, this is why there's safety in these combat sports. Really and truly, we are dealing with human weapons. There are human weapons, and if you get kicked in the head hard enough, you can suffer a concussion. Same thing with boxing, karate, or any other martial sports. You can break an arm, you can hurt yourself really badly. So when you really think of it like that, let's say you take 2 kicks, 2 blows to the face, and you get up, you survive. You're gonna go home, look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, I took 2 blows to the face and survived. What else can I survive? Then maybe I can survive my 2,000 word essay, not 2,000 page. I don't know where that came from, but maybe you can survive your 2,000 word essay that you've been procrastinating for so long. So you put yourself through these high level emotions where you feel like you're about to, die because of a kick that's been blown to your face, or a punch that's been blown to your face, or because of weights that you're pulling really hard and you're just feeling severe pain. You're not as close as to the feeling of death, but you are feeling severe pain in your shoulders, your arms, your legs, everything, and you are enduring through this pain for the benefit of it. It's not self-harm, it's completely different from that. You are enduring through the pain of making yourself better, so that when you come back to your real work, whether it's school work, university work, or even an office job, you can tell yourself, oh, I've been through something much more physically straining than this, so I can definitely handle this. It builds your resilience. So, like the example I said, when you're in a fight, in a tournament, you're playing with emotions which deal with life and death. You are being put into fighter mode, and that is life and death, right? You fight only because of life and death. That is what we are naturally as beings, as mammals, right? So if you are put into a situation where you must fight as hard as you can, with rules, of course, right? Because it's a combat sport, you will still feel those emotions. And when you are able to breathe through those emotions, when you're able to breathe through that and survive through situations where you think that you're going to lose a match, or essentially compare it to dying, right? Because it's a fight. Think of this outside of sport itself. If it's before our modern times, before we have all this clothes and all of this, if you were in the same situation, it would be a case of life and death, right? Whereas now we're doing this as combat sport. So your body is naturally going to release those emotions, that adrenaline, that fear, and you're going to play around with it and breathe through it and go through it. And when you go that deep in those feelings and emotions, you will come out much stronger. And whatever you go through in life, you will go through it with the same way that you went through that. Nothing can really take you down. If a fight and 4 kicks to the face can't take you down, then what can really? Nothing else, unless it's a 7-foot tall guy trying to, attack you or anything. And even then, when you do have these skills of combat sport, you can most likely defend yourself. Now, I'm not recommending that you go out there and find some 7-foot guy and say, hey, look, because Shedding said I can do combat sport, I can take you down. No, I'm not saying that. I don't recommend you do that at all. I actually do recommend that you join combat sport and be humble. That is a great way to learn humility. You learn a lot of humility because you are blessed and given skills that can essentially hurt someone very badly. And when you truly understand that, then it makes you more humble, and it makes you want peace more naturally as a human being. So with that said, remember, when you train your body, you also strengthen your mind. Combat sport is a great way to do that, or doing some sort of physical training is a great way to do that. And with that said, that's it. If you'd like some tools on how you can understand yourself a little bit more, tap into your best self, your higher consciousness, then visit my Patreon. I've got some tools there that can definitely help you with that. Share this with your friends. Drop a comment down below of what you think about combat sport. If you have a combat sport that you do, please drop it down. Or if you're thinking of doing a combat sport, then drop it down as well. You know, any advice, I can share what I know best about whatever combat sport you're thinking of getting into. Share this with your friends if I didn't tell you to do so already. Drop a like in the comment section. Excuse me. Drop a like, yes, on the video, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you know when the next video is coming out. Remember, never be afraid to be too manly. Peace.